Hello, everyone, and welcome to Foundations of Reading with Delgado Adult Ed. My name is China, and this week we're talking about decoding prefixes and suffixes, and then VCE syllables with the long vowel. This video is not intended to teach you everything that we will go over in class or everything that is contained in the slides. You do need to take your time and go through the slides yourself, look at the different animated parts, look at the different questions that you're asked to answer, read the different reading excerpts, and then apply that to the quiz that we also have in our Google Classroom. All right, the big strategy that we always talk about every day and every week is that we should mark our vowels if we come across a word we're not sure of, and then we should look at the consonants that are between the vowels and split them. This won't work perfectly all the time, but most of the time it's going to help us really break that word into smaller pieces, and then we can sound it out. So we might have the word establish. There's opportunities for you to move these red lines around in your slides to split these words into their syllables. You can also write in the boxes. There's plenty to read in here. Read the different documents of the day. We'll go over them in class, and look at all these different prefixes and suffixes that are here in your slide decks. Just read over the words and look at the patterns that you see. The 5 that we focus on in this lesson are the prefixes un and dis, and the suffixes full, less, and miss. There's more prefixes and suffixes than just these 5, though. You can look at this list here, which is linked in your slide deck. These are the most common prefixes and suffixes in English, so we want to be pretty familiar with them. In part C, there's an opportunity for you to write some answers in, and then there's another smooth reading where you want to be like Sade and go as smooth as possible. Read it out loud. Don't let yourself make any mistakes, and make sure everything makes sense. As a review, we'll talk about which words are CVCs and not. We'll talk about our key short vowel sounds, just to get those sounds in our head: bat, bet, bit, bot, but. We'll look at how those sounds are shared in common when we're using the same vowel. And then we'll really start breaking down some words. So read over these sentences. In this part B, the slides are animated, and as you click the down arrow in the present mode, the lines in the boxes will fall into place just to help it stand out to you. But then on the syllabification part, we ask that you write your answers in to separate the suffixes and the prefixes from the root word, and also to separate the root word into its respective syllables. Then we're going to talk about the VCE pattern. The VCE pattern makes a long vowel sound. It happens by putting an E after a consonant that is after a vowel. So it goes vowel, consonant, silent E. There's a lot of words that fit this pattern in English. Look at the ones that fit it here in this story. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the X that makes a sound, makes 2 sounds. We'll really focus in on this long vowel sound, so how mad becomes made and pet becomes Pete, etc., and how we can also do this with different syllable parts. And then we'll look at the tricky U, which can make the sound U, like in fuse, or make a sound, just a straight U sound, like in the word rule. And we'll do a little check on this to see, can you hear the sound when I say it? Because that will help your spelling. So look over the words that are in here in your slide deck. There's a lot of them. They're showing us how we break these different words up. We'll be talking about that in class. A lot of them in here for you to look at. Read them to yourself. Do some more reading. And then we'll come to lesson 8, where we'll look at the VCE pattern, and we'll really focus on the dropping the E rule. So when do you need to drop the E to add a suffix? Well, it's when the suffix begins with a vowel. So then you have to drop that silent E. So we might have a word like amazing, or shining, or inspired. dropping our E. In your slides, there's a part where you can move the red X's or the blue checks to show the final E was dropped. So please do that. If you resize them, no problem with me. We'll talk about this rule. We'll practice with it some more. We'll do some more reading, some more dividing up of words. We'll talk about some words that are exceptions to our rule. And that will be the end of our week, where we'll come up with some progress checks. And we'll see, hey, can I spell all these different words that I have been covering? All right, that's the end of the video for this week, y'all. I know it was super fast. Hope to see you in class. And if not, I enjoy communicating with you just through the slide deck and the stream. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.